Hello and a very warm welcome. Now, I want to talk about Formula 2, arguably one of the best racing series there is around. GP2, then you usually get the promotion to Formula 1. It used to be called GP2, now it's F2, and that's usually the route you take to get into Formula 1. F3, F2, F1 and GP2 F2 has produced the drivers we see today, the likes of Leclerc, Russell, Hamilton, Rosberg, Grosjean, Maldonado, Hulkenberg, Perez, and it's a cracking racing series. The wheel-to-wheel action, the huge nuts to overtake. I mean, I love watching Formula 2. And not only is Formula 2 a great action-packed motorsporting series, it's also great to watch Formula 2 for the next up-and-coming stars. As you see, George Russell cemented his place in Formula 1. Charles Leclerc cemented his place in Formula 1. And I always say, if you win the F2 championship, you deserve an F1 drive. Otherwise, what's the point of lower formulas? Mick Schumacher, fine example, wins the championship, gets his promotion to Formula 1. But then a real sad note was Nick De Vries won the F2 title, never got his chance in Formula 1, ended up doing Formula E. So that's not great. But I love Formula 2. It's fantastic. I love watching it. And I always watch it to see the up and coming talents. If I was to pick a F2 champion for 2021, I would go Robert Schwartzman. He was leading the championship last year, but he tailed off. You've got some fantastic drivers in F2 this year. Robert Schwartzman, Wan Hu Zhou, who's been in there forever. Oscar Piastri. Now he's going to be interesting because he's driving for Prima. The controversial Dan Tickton, Drogovic. You've got some good drivers in there. But there's some drivers that have been in F2 for ages, like Giotto, Markelov, Callum Ilot's not doing it this year. But yeah, Formula 2, if you've not watched Formula 2, what are you doing? You've got to tune in and watch it. Sometimes it's better than the F1 racing because the cars, they're very equal. 1 minute you can be on pole, the next minute you could be 12th, 14th. It's just fantastic racing series, and I watch it. I'm not a big watcher of Formula 3, but I do watch Formula 2. Formula 2 is fantastic. I love it as a racing series, and it's great to see the next talent coming through. So if I was to pick a champion for this year, I would go Schwartzman. It's going to be interesting to see how Piastri does. And yeah. But like the wheel-to-wheel action, it's got everything Formula 2. Wheel-to-wheel, carnage, chaos, safety cars, unpredictability. 1 minute you're first, next minute you're 12th. It's just the passion to try to get to Formula 1, to pursue a dream. And I've got to say I do really enjoy Formula 2. And sometimes Formula 2 is better than the actual F1 race. Comment down below your thoughts. Do you watch Formula 2? And I say to anyone that doesn't watch Formula 2, watch it. Bahrain. Obviously, we've got like a week to go till the first race. F2 will be on at Bahrain. The calendar's actually changed a lot this year for Formula 2, which is interesting. But yeah, it's great. It's a great racing series. Like, the racing is very good. Very good indeed. Carlin, Unio, Virtuosi, Prima, HP Motorsports, some ART. ART, like, they have produced some quality drivers. big motorsport history. Formula 2 is exciting. It's absolutely brilliant. And yeah, I am lucky that I get to watch it because it's on Sky F1 and you get to watch it. But I would recommend watching F2 to anyone. If you enjoy motor racing, and if you're an F1 fan, you obviously do enjoy motor racing, you've got to give Formula 2 a watch. It is great. I'm excited this year. One, to see how Robert Schwartzman does. Two, to see how Piastri does. And a dark horse for the championship could be that young guy, Pourchaire. He signed for ART, so it's going to be interesting to see how he does. Maybe a learning year this year and then fights for the title in 2022. But yeah, he's a very young driver, could be the next one coming through. But yeah, comment down below your thoughts on F2. I absolutely love it as a racing series and I can't wait to watch it in Bahrain. Adios.